What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to try out some Shadow Qwilfish in the Jungle Cup. This Pokemon is incredibly squishy, but its damage output and its pacing is ridiculous. It has Poison Sting and Aqua Tail, which is only 4 fast attacks to that first charge attack, and I'm going to run Scald on it myself. You could run Ice Beam or Sludge Wave, but I'm going with Scald as potentially a surprise attack people might not be expecting. It does quite a bit more damage than a lot of people might realize that this Pokemon can do, and it's a lot quicker than a move like Sludge Wave, so I'm going to be excited to see what this Pokemon can do. It looks like a lot of fun. Real quick though, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, we got an opponent. We'll see if Shadow Qwilfish is actually a good Pokemon, or if it's just a Pokemon that always gives me trouble specifically. Interesting lead. I do like this, although they have Grass Knot, I guess, into us. That would hurt quite a bit. With that said, I think the play is not throw, at least not instantly. Because I don't knock them out. Oh, okay, well, they're letting us get so many undebuffed moves against them. But I wouldn't knock out just yet with an Icicle Spear anyway. So if I did throw my energy, they could just swap out and get a shield advantage. But now, if they do switch out, I have so much energy myself. What is this? Is that Volt Switch? I couldn't even see the fast move. So, I was, waiting to see what was coming through. Volt Switch is infinitely worse. If that was Bug Bite, we actually have Togekiss that is a pretty good answer into it. But since we don't, we kind of have to stay in Piloswine here, I guess. Alright, this game went from, really good to kind of scuffed pretty quickly. But we'll see how it's going to play out, because, we have a lot of play into that Cradily. They do debuff us, and I don't love that. Because now, how do I finish off this Fortress? Alright, we'll let him throw energy against us. I don't really have much of an option here, I guess, but, we kind of have to just let our Piloswine go down. They sent him, why? That's a big farm down. I save an Icicle Spear. I can now outpace the Cradily to an Aurasphere as well. So, now we have a consistent way of knocking out Cradily at the very least. What's going to be in the back, though? Do I want to use my final shield ever in this matchup? I might want to. Just because I really don't like the idea of them being able to potentially, I don't know, farming down with acid against our Piloswine. I really don't want to see that happen. Okay, we'll go for the Aurasphere now. If they shield this up, I have an Icicle Sphere. If they no-shield this, then I can clear my debuff at some point too if I have to. Okay, what's going to come in? Oh boy. Wait, it's the little guy, not the big Toga dude. Do I get one-shot by a Psyshock here? I know I'm squishy, but it's like a non-stab Psyshock from this thing. If I survive a Psyshock, I win this game. Please tell me I survive it. Surely it doesn't one-shot us. I know we're squishy, but we're not that squishy. We're not that squishy. There's no way. Come on, Qwilfish. We are not that squishy. We're just straight up not that squishy. We have the Icicle Spear loaded. Alright, that was a little dicey, but I kind of figured it could be a flying type in the back, because they stayed in the lead, right? They were a little bit scared of our Piloswine. No one-turn lag happens. We get the Icicle Spear off, and this just gets the KO. Alright, nice. That was maybe the worst way I could have played it out, but that Volt Switch Fortress was actually a little bit scary, especially after getting debuffed, so glad we were able to still pull it out. Next battle. We'll see Piloswine up against Quagsire. Wow, that's a good lead. It could be scary depending on the backline, because my Togekiss really doesn't want to see this, potentially. Oh, they save swap a Licky Licky, though. I don't have a hard Licky Licky answer on my team. Maybe I just stay in here. I will, at least for a second. Icicle Spear should be able to put them into basically two-shot range. They're at 5, okay, 6. They have a lot of energy. Honestly, at this point, if they give me a shield advantage, I think that's another way I can potentially play this out. I think they're just scared of a catch at this point. Which is why they haven't thrown. They have to throw 2 attacks to knock us out. They instantly throw something. 2 Body Slams, I don't know if they would be quite enough to knock us out from here. I think they need to do a Shadow Ball plus a Body Slam. There's the Shadow Ball. And now, yeah, we are in Body Slam range. 8. Alright, so they should be at 1 right now. I think the play, and it might be a little bit crazy, but I think the play is a 1-shield Qwilfish Poison Sting down, and hope that I can actually Poison Sting down in time. If I don't get it in 3 more Poison Stings, I guess I'll CMP a move. We'll see, we'll see. Because I don't want to take a Body Slam if I can help it. Oh, miscount. Uh-oh. That's fine, that's fine. We don't... we didn't want to farm down anyway. I guess now we get the farm down, but Body Slam does hurt quite a bit. Okay. I mean, I have a lot of energy there in the back line. 7. Oh man, this game's gonna get really dicey now, isn't it? I don't know what I want to do. Where do I shield? Do I ever shield this? I don't think I can. I think I have to let this go, but we'll see. They do Stone Edge, makes sense. I kind of have to Aqua Tail instantly. I need to stay out of Poison Sting down range. If I get Poison Stung down, I just lose. They shield because they want the fast move pressure, makes sense. And we CMP to make sure I don't have to shield an Aqua Tail. It's going to come down to if I get, like, fast moved farm down by that Quagsire now to see if I can win this game. I know I'm a squishy Pokemon, but surely it's Poison Sting, right? No way it would be enough. It might be enough. Hold on. We call the catch. We have a Scald and an Aqua Tail. Do I need 2 Scalds, though? I might. We'll see. Calling that catch is so huge, though. Getting that extra energy here might be enough. That does so much damage! Now an Aqua Tail just knocks out. What a game. What a game. Shadow Qwilfish, we were not worried. Double Sire, 2 ground types on this team. And I guess a Licky Licky. Not necessarily any good matchups for the Qwilfish, but it doesn't matter. We still find a way to win. Alright, we got our next opponent. Piloswine into Quagsire. Alright, well, let's see what the fast move is here. I don't necessarily love this matchup, especially on Water Gun, it's not great. But if they're on Mudshot, like it looks like they are, then at least I survive an Aqua Tail pretty easily. And I can trip them down over time. I can make it so this Pokemon is not around to completely destroy my Qwilfish. Let's see what they want to do, though. I'm going to go for a CMP on a high horsepower. I think that might be a good play. It could also be a terrible play, but I think this is the best way to guarantee something out of this matchup. Yeah, you know, I'm fine taking that much of their HP away in just a single hit. And now I can farm down with my Togekiss. Or if they switch out, you know, I guess we can play it by ear and see what we want to do. They wait for a second, but then they bring in a Licky Licky. But now they're down a little bit of energy. And, I mean, they do save Quagsire. That's a little scary. There is a chance they could get to another move later on this game with that. But with the energy lead that I have, I should get to 2 Auraseers here pretty easily. They're at 5. So they're at a Shadow Ball +1, or they're 2 past a Body Slam, 1 away from the next. What do? They Body Slam, so they're 1 away from the next Body Slam here. But now, since they went for that, it means that I'm in a range where they can't really go for a rollout down into us. They have to go for another Body Slam. But again, they do have that Body Slam already right now. Alright, well, I think the play here is just go for a Poison Sting down with my Qwilfish and hope that it closes out this game. Body Slam knocks us out. Qwilfish comes in. I'll get 2 Poison Stings. I'll go for the Body Slam here. Oh, I think that's a huge misplay. They went for an extra rollout there. I think they were 1 away from their next Body Slam, but by doing that, they let me get a whole bunch of energy here for free. Shadow Ball, they, I guess, throw that to guarantee a shield. Togekiss comes in. I think that's fine. We'll go for the Scald to guarantee a shield or a knockout. I think the one way that I lose this game is by Aqua Tailing and letting them get a shield advantage here. They have to try to survive this move. But they do shield that up. I get a debuff. And now, I think I could just build it back-to-back attacks. 1 for this, 1 for the Quagsire. Aqua Tail should just be enough from this range. It's Shadow Aqua Tail from a Qwilfish. How would it not be? And, like, I know there's a little bit of energy on that Quagsire, but I think they're 3 away from their next Aqua Tail anyway. Even if they get a catch-off against us, I think we're fine. And they don't get a catch. I don't even know if their clock would have been up just yet. This easily knocks them out. Licky Licky's energy dry. I can Poison Sting that down. And Qwilfish getting an endgame sweep here, it looks like. Down goes Quag. Down goes Licky Licky. GG's. Alright, next opponent. We will see. Piloswine into Lantern. Oh boy. Well, if this is on a Water-type fast move, then I have to switch out. If it's on Spark, then I don't. Ow. Alright, Qwilfish. Do your thing. Surely we're not RPS in the backline. Well, it's not looking great so far. But we'll see what we can do here. This could be a Scald. Maybe we get his shield here. Maybe I should have gone for the Scald to guarantee a shield or a knockout, but, you know, we're in a precarious spot either way. Oh, I should have Scalded. That would have been huge. Oh, but they actually let us get this off. Interesting. I don't love where this is going, but at the very least, I do have a way to absorb this energy with my Togekiss. So, like, maybe we're not completely in trouble. I hope they're not at back-to-back foul plays right now. If they are, then my Togekiss is going to take a lot of chip damage. If they're not, then I'll at least get a decent energy lead here. They are at back-to-back, yeah. The worst thing about this is I can't shield this up because it's a foul play, but if I no-shield this, I'm probably just going to get water gunned down the entirety of this game. We switch out here. They actually come in Togekiss, which is kind of interesting. Honestly, these water guns aren't doing that much damage. It's odd to say, but like they're not doing as much as you'd expect. Maybe I should go for an Icicle Spear bait, but I'm not going to. I need to guarantee something, I think, right now. Well, I get the shield, I guess. Hopefully I get the next high horsepower before I get completely farmed down this game. Wait a second, I do get it off, and they don't throw energy, which means my Togekiss might be able to close this out for us. It's going to be close, but that just knocks out. They peck us down here, which is a little bit scary. But with the energy lead that I have on my Togekiss, that is, plus the fact that I have 2 shields, I just need to get to a Psyshock and hope that I can peck them down. Alright, we'll go for the move at the last second, get as many pecks as we can here, and I hope that Psyshock does like 30% of their HP. Is this enough? It's enough. What a weird game. We almost just got completely RPS there. That Water Gun Lantern, really scary Pokemon to see, but I guess somehow Piloswine's just good enough. Next opponent, I think we're 4-0 in this set, which means this could be a 5-0 if I win this one. But I really shouldn't jinx myself, because wow, that is a terrible lead. I think the way to play this out is actually just stay in. It's really painful to have to do this, but like, I would do a lot of damage here if I land this attack. They're at 6, so they are just building up a lot of energy right now. I don't love that necessarily, but we likely get a decent chunk of damage. Yeah, okay. 7, what do they throw into us? I think I survive an Aqua Tail, so they would have to Scald to KO us from this range. Okay, Aqua Tail, and we do survive. We force a second move out of them. Oh, or not. They actually let us get this off. They're at 11, so 7, I suppose? I was, like, a little bit indecisive on what to do there, but honestly, this might not be bad still. I'll no-shield the first. They could Scald us, but I think an Aqua Tail is more likely. And they have the next one. I'll shield this one. And now I'm the Qwilfish abuser. I think I can farm them down before they get to another move. Even with, like, my Togekiss could, too. They're not going to get another move off this game. Okay, Bug Bite Fortress comes in. A little scary. Don't love seeing that, but maybe we're going to be able to win this. I don't know. There's always a chance. I would love to get to another Aqua Tail after this. Like, this one plus the next. Maybe I should have gone for the Aqua Tail here rather than going for the Scald, but I'm going for the ambitious play. The full-on Scald. Do we get a shield? We actually do. That's bad. Please tell me I get the Aqua Tail. Bit of a misplay by me doing that. They throw an alignment. I mean, I can clear a debuff here, but wow, that is... Ah, man, I guess I should have gone straight Aqua Tail. Oh! Okay, maybe there's a chance? 8? Okay, are they gonna Hyper Beam us here, or what's happening? I think they're 2 away from a Hyper Beam, so I need to be able to go for 2 pecks into an Orseer and knock him out. Dude, are they actually on a Hyper Beam? They might be, because you'd at least Fire Punch at this point if you had that. Okay, and like there's no Switch Clock for them just yet. I can guarantee they can't catch, and we get a Togekiss sweep out of nowhere. What the heck? I mean, this just knocks him out, right? Surely? Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter that we got a little bit greedy there, and we went for the Scald, because Togekiss just sweeps. That's crazy. That's insane. We got a 4-1 set to start, or is that a 5-0? No, it was a 5-0. What am I talking about? Even better. Dude, Qwilfish is like, it's not easy to use, but it does so much damage. It's so quick. All right, next opponent. We'll see Piloswine into... Oh no, Shadow Camerupt, what the heck? That is a very scary lead. One thing about this Pokemon, though, is it is a very squishy Pokemon. So, oh, and they're staying in? That's actually really nice. One good thing about Aquatail here on Qwilfish is if they stay in as a 5-turn move user, you actually can throw instantly, and that's good timing. If they're staying in, that's, like, at least better for us, because getting shields down is going to mean I can, like, Icicle Spear and knock this out potentially later on. They're going to go for a Rock Tomb here right before switching out, which is not a bad play. I love that, like, 3 Incinerates have done half my HP as well. That's crazy. Shadow Camerupt is so strong. I wish I had Ice Beam. Not gonna lie, that'd be pretty nice right about now. But Scald is still gonna hurt, and maybe I can dance around this. They do let that go. No debuff. ABA Incinerate. They Seed Bomb us, right? Yeah, no reason not to. Oh, what an overfarm by them. What a play. Now I am sad. I thought they'd throw the Seed Bomb after 2, because if they didn't, I could have gone for an Icicle Spear first. With that said, maybe there's still some play for us. I think I can peck this all the way down. And if they come back in Shadow Camerupt here, I just get to 2 moves, I think, before they get their next Rock Tomb off. There might actually still be some play for us this game. Aura Sphere gets shielded. I think I'm 2 away from the next. I am. I'll take another Incinerate. But now I have energy on Piloswine. I have my Togekiss that probably gets at least 1 more move off this game. And I've taken out 2 Incinerate users, so surely Piloswine's about to have some play, right? Surely? They're actually waiting down the switch clock, so if I need to, I can swap to Piloswine here. Okay, probably shouldn't have switched out because it's a chest, not in the back line. But actually, that's, I think, still very fine. Icicle Sphere is going to do a lot of damage, and either they're on Superpower or they're on Thunder Punch. And if they're on Superpower, they have to debuff themselves. Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. They're not going to get to back-to-back moves anyway. But, like, either they debuff themselves and they don't have coverage, or they Frenzy Punch and that's more energy, or they just don't have coverage for us. Basically, there's no real way that they'd be in a good spot here. We peck them down. We peck down the other grass type, and I guess Togekiss just sweeps. Why wouldn't it? It's Togekiss. Alright, Piloswine into Shadow Qwilfish. I mean, we did win the last time we saw this lead, but man, it was very scary. It was not a game that I wanted to have to repeat so quickly, but here we are. And honestly, I'm very happy they throw as soon as they do here, because we saw that we do survive an Aquatail pretty easily in this matchup. And maybe we get a shield with the, not Powder Snow, what's it called, Icicle Spear, but maybe we don't. And, like, if we do, that's good. If we don't, that's fine. They're at 1 right now, so they're 3 away from their next Aquatail. They do let that go, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that's fine. I think now, I'm gonna go for, like, a 1-shield Poison Sting down with my own Qwilfish. And then I'm gonna be the annoying Qwilfish abuser that they are gonna have to try to overcome. Okay. We'll go for a Scald here. They actually have Spiritomb in the back line, which is also annoying. I'm not gonna lie, that is really sad, because that is... They shield the Scald? I swear, why do I have Scald on this Pokemon if everyone's just gonna shield it up anyway? I guess I should have just spammed out Aquatails. That's on me. That's on me. I figured at some point someone wouldn't respect it, but you know what? This game's looking like a loss. I don't see a super easy way to win this game, but I do land that move, so maybe there's a chance if I, like, I don't know. Obviously, I have to go for a CMP here. My big problem, though, is they're going to Rock Tomb us, and then they can swap back to Qwilfish, get an Aquatail against us. I should be able to peck down eventually. Oh, they shield? I guess, yeah, they shield that, of course, because then they Rock Tomb, right? They come in Qwilfish, they get their move off, and then unless the final Pokemon is something that somehow I one-shot with an Aquatail, I don't see the way to win. Oh, funnily enough, it actually is something that I would one-shot with an Aquatail. I wasn't actually expecting that to be, like, a real possibility, although we're still going to lose this game. Fun fact. Ah, nice, switch clock wasn't up yet. If it was up, we lose, but, like, we make it closer. We make it look so much closer. Ah, man. I think there was a chance for us this game if they would have let us get that farm down, or maybe if I would have landed the Scald. But they didn't let us have any opening, so well played. Alright, next battle. We'll see Shadow, or regular Piloswine rather, into Fortress. Alright, well, is this Bug Bite? Or is this not Bug Bite? We'll see, I guess. It's not Bug Bite. So good thing we're staying in here. If they are on Bug Bite, my backline technically does resist Bug-type damage, although if I am being honest, resisting Bug-type damage doesn't matter when you're a Qwilfish, a Shadow Qwilfish especially. But since this is on Volt Switch, we survive the Rock Tomb pretty easily here. And they have Shadow Piloswine in the back, that's cool. 7. I mean, I'm very fine with this. Maybe I should have overfarmed a little bit here, but I wanted to throw first. I think Shadow into Shadow actually has a good chance of just knocking out. So we do get a shield. Okay, that's great. I don't really know why they'd go for a debuff and dip, though. Because now I've cleared my Rock Tomb debuff that I had on my Piloswine. And I should be able to just knock out now with this Aqua Tail. We've seen how much damage Aqua Tail does into my regular Piloswine. I think the Shadow bonus will just be enough to knock them out. And I'll get a move off into that Piloswine, or into the, what's it called? The Fortress, that is. Unless they go for, like, a Sand Tomb here, instantly, which they don't. I'm going for a Scald on bad timing. They might shield this, they might not. Either way, we put them into a position here where either they're going to be really low, or where they're going to have to shield. And now I think they're in Icicle Spear range, so I'm just going to throw this, try to get that knockout here. And I should also survive a Rock Tomb from this range. They do shield that. What could be in the back that Togekiss doesn't want to see whatsoever? I mean, like, Ufisk would probably be the worst case scenario. They Sand Tomb, okay. Well, let's go for the second move here. I could have overfarmed, actually, but if they Sand Tomb, I'm not going to take any risks. I'm just going to guarantee that we knock them out here. And now we have a shield, we have a Togekiss, and a Piloswine, and they have an Altaria. Yeah, that wasn't going to beat Togekiss anyway, but especially not if it doesn't even see Togekiss. We just one-shot here with our funny attack known as Icicle Spear, and that should be GG's. Nice. All right, Piloswine into Cradily. I don't hate this lead, although it's one of those Pokemon that could potentially put in some work if shields go down, right? They got Rock Tomb for my Togekiss, they have Grass Knot for my Piloswine. What I think I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to overfarm in this matchup again, because I know I don't one-shot them here with an Icicle Spear. But what I can do is I can overfarm and make it so if they do switch out now, I have that energy for the backline, and if they don't switch out, then, I mean, I just go for an Icicle Spear at some point. And, I mean, at this range, it probably is enough despite the debuff. And if they shield, I have another move. If they no shield, we take care of a pretty big threat for our team. Okay, they do live, but they're not at the move just yet. So we actually get the optimal farm down as well. Oh, Gourgeist comes in. Hello. I don't love seeing Gourgeist, but I have a lot of energy here. So maybe it's not as bad as you might think. We go for the Icicle Spear. They do shield that up. ABA Grass, that's kind of crazy. 2, so they do have access to a Seed Bomb now. They don't have to throw it instantly, though. They could overfarm if they wanted to. They shield. We'll go for the catch on the Seed Bomb. There's no way they Shadow Ball there, right? I mean, they could have, but I feel like a Shadow Ball is insane to go for. Yeah, they Seed Bomb. They're one away from the next. It would appear they are out of this game. Let's go. Okay, they were not prepared for Piloswine, it would look like. Next opponent. We'll see Piloswine into Shadow Quag. Alright, what's their fast move? If it's on Water Gun, I guess I switch. It is Water Gun, so strangely enough, I'm going to bring my Qwilfish into this. Whoa. Hello. Quick Attack Diggersby. That's not really an answer to Qwilfish. I know Quick Attack will add up a little bit here. And honestly, this is probably their best matchup as a Diggersby into my team. But, oh wow, that 2 shots. I didn't expect that. I thought I might need to Scald them. Why does Qwilfish do that much damage? What? Okay. We get a shield there. Nice. And honestly, I think I'm fine just taking the shield advantage. Like, I could shield this up and try to play it out in the 2s, but if I have energy, or if they bait us, I guess. I was going to say, energy on Piloswine still is pretty good into that Quagsire. But now that they've baited us, I just survived the next Fire Punch here, too. Oh, I got greedy. I didn't really expect them to do that, though. I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised they swapped, but that is a good play on their end. Because, like, I had the Aqua Tail, right? I could have thrown it instantly, and then Quagsire would have taken so much chip damage, but well played to them. If that Aqua Tail of damage that we are missing out on would make or break the game, I guess we'll see later on. I'm going to shield this up. It's likely an Aqua Tail, but I don't want to take a Stone Edge, and I'm hoping if it is an Aqua Tail, I can still charm down, or not charm, I'm not a charm Togekiss, I'm not crazy. I hope I can still peck down before the next move. It would appear that I cannot, but maybe that doesn't matter. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to bank this energy and try to build up a little bit more energy on my Piloswine, because I think Pylo energy could be helpful here still. It's their own Piloswine in the back. All right. They're at 7 right now, so they have access to a Stone Edge, or they're 3 away from their next move. Like, their back-to-back moves. Oh, nice! They let that go? I think landing that is huge. I think that's very helpful. But Diggersby is still around, right? So maybe it's not game over. Wait, but they bring in Diggersby here. Kind of surprised by that. Can I switch out? Does that help us if I can? I don't know if it does. I can switch. If this allows me to go for a Powder Snow down now, that's really good. I need to be able to Powder Snow down in like 5. I just have to go for it. We get it? We have the Icicle Spear. Let's go. What a crazy game. Next opponent, we will see Piloswine into a Cradily. Why are people using Cradily today? I mean, I'm fine with it, but it's like, what does it do? Ooh, maybe this is not great for me. I bet Shadow Air Cutter does a criminal amount of damage. I thought that might be a Talonflame they're bringing in, but it is a Charizard. Okay, I do survive. No boost, please. Nice. At least I should be able to survive long enough to get a second Aqua Tail off, and that's sometimes all you can really hope for against Shadow Charizard. Okay, they shield. I'll shield this up myself. I literally have to. I am so scared of what Shadow Charizard could do if I let it start ramping up. Please don't boost. Please don't boost. They don't boost. 3. Alright. I think their play here is always try to get both of my shields down, right? That would be a smart play, but I don't really want to let that happen. I think I know what I want to do here, actually. Wait, did they throw instantly? I think they did, actually. I could technically come in and Icicle Spear here with my my Piloswine, but I think the better play is actually just come in, 1 shield peck down. 3, okay. Yeah, they didn't want to let that happen. Smart play by them to switch out, but here's the thing. I think now I can go for 4 Powder Snows into an Icicle Spear and not even have to shield this. Now we still have a shield against that Charizard. Either we peck them down, or we Powder Snow them down. It really depends on what they bring in. Icicle Spear gets the knockout. It is sad that I can't really one-shot that with Aura Sphere or Icicle Spear, but it's fine. I mean, yeah, we always just go for the 1 shield farm down. They likely Air Cutter bait, not only to try to get the next move off, but also to fish for a boost to do a little bit more raw damage, but they could Blast Burn if they want to guarantee the shield. They do bait. But we farm down. What's going to be in the backline now? Something that definitely does not want to take high horsepowers. Yeah, this is game over. Because we survive a move here from this thing, guaranteed. Maybe if they have Earthquake, I don't. But I think even Earthquake, we would survive. And we should get 2 high horsepowers off. I'm not debuffed. That does so much damage. And I guess even if they did Earthquake, and that did knock us out, I think Togekiss would just get to another move before they get to a Rock Tomb. Another high horsepower comes through. It gets the knockout. And that's a crazy game. I'm happy we won it. That Shadow Charizard's always such a scary Pokemon to see. Next opponent, though. Piloswine into Morpeko. I have seen a Seed Bomb Morpeko in this meta. Man, our backline is so weak to this thing. I need to take care of it here. Okay. We see Corv come in. And, like, that's kind of fine, honestly. Corviknight's another one of those Pokemon that I don't really have a hard answer to, but I'm not necessarily weak to either. I'll try to get a bit more Powder Snow damage, and I'll come in Togekiss now that they're going to be in range, where an Aura Sphere should be enough to knock them out. I don't think 3 Air Cutters knock us out from here, as long as they don't boost. And if I ever get his shield advantage, it's not like an Aqua Tail wouldn't basically one-shot a Morpeko. No boost, love to see it. And we'll just build up energy here. What if they went for an Air Cutter to lure us into a false sense of security to then Iron Head us now? They did not. But I do survive the next one, and I have a lot of energy here. So we'll see if they want to stay in and let us get to back-to-back, or if they switch to Morpeko now. Okay, Gourgeist comes in. Do I survive that Incinerate? If I do, I should have done a second Peck. I do, okay. But, like, I can save that move anyway. And I can bring in my Shadow Qwilfish. Because why wouldn't I? And at this point, I need to shield something this game. It's likely a Seed Bomb coming through, but in case it's a Shadow Ball, I don't want to be in a spot here where they just destroy us. Alright, we'll CMP against them. Could always be a risky play, right? Going for a CMP into a Gourgeist, but I feel like it's not a bad play in this spot, because I have back-to-back moves. We shield this for sure. Morpeko does not want to take an attack from us here, right? Corviknight could maybe come in. That wouldn't be a terrible play on their part. But I'm going to go straight for the Scald, because if they no-shield this, then I think I just farm down. If they do shield, then I just come in and combo with my Aura Sphere. They let it go. They basically get one shot, and now it should be game over. All I need is an Aura Sphere plus an Aqua Tail or an Icicle Spear, and I win this game. Corv probably comes in, makes sense. But I have the move. I have the Aura Sphere ready to go. The one way we lose this game is if they've been smuggling the move on this Pokemon, the Iron Head, this whole time, and they could Iron Head our Piloswine. We get this move off, though, first anyway. So we knock out the Corviknight. We snipe down so much energy. Gourgeist does come back in, but I have enough fast swing pressure here, and there's no way they can knock out all three of my Pokemon. They don't even try. Let's go. Yeah, this Pokemon is so squishy, but the damage it can put out is insane. We had a lot of really close games today, but I think Qwilfish is such a fun Pokemon to use. Give it a go if you have one. But anyways, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.